Hello. Hello. Joanna Bristow-Watkins here from Harmony Healing, and today is Tuesday the 20th of March, and I'm doing this live recording today because it is the equinox, and the equinox isn't always on the 20th of March. Sometimes it's on the 21st, but this year it's the 20th. And it happens that when it's the 20th of March, that coincides with Pelusia, which is an ancient Egyptian festival linked with the Nile. Now, in fact, the Pelusia, the word Pelusia, interestingly sounds a little bit like the English word deluge, and I wonder if there is a connection because it's to do with covering yourself with the water from the Nile in order to bathe in the abundance that the Nile used to bring to the Egyptian people. And subsequently, as Egypt was in fact taken over by the Romans for a period of time, then the Romans in fact took ownership of Pelusia, and that became a Roman festival as well. We're not sure exactly when. It wasn't written as a Roman festival about 100 AD, but by the reign of Marcus Aurelius, which was 161 to 180 AD, then it was listed then as an official holiday. So, interestingly, Pelusia made its way from the Egyptian Empire to the Roman Empire, and subsequently I'm sure it was used and taken on board by the Greeks and other nations too. Hello Inga, thank you for joining me. Right, so what about Pelusia then? A little bit more I can tell you about that. So they sprinkled themselves with water, and it was supposed to rinse away any impurities that they might have. It was supposed to bring them a rebirth, and it was also supposed to give them immunity from the gods for anything that they'd done. So in other words, they were absolved from all their sins. So interestingly, sounds a little bit like a baptism, so even might have made its way eventually into Christianity. But that's a festival that's exclusive to the date when it's the 20th of March, which happens to be today. And as some of you may know, I'm a specialist in Egyptian alchemy healing, so that's why this connection with Pelusia this year was of particular interest to me. Anyway, today I'm also going to talk about the equinox, because 20th of March this year at 16:15, which is a few minutes ago, is the equinox. It's the spring equinox here in the UK, but in other parts of the world, in the southern hemisphere, it would be the autumn equinox, which is a little bit confusing. But anyway, whichever it is, whether it's the spring or the autumn, what it is it's the time of the year when night and day are exactly equal. So it's representative, if you like, of balance and harmony in life, because darkness and light are completely balanced at this time. Hello, Kathy. Thanks for joining me. So, what can we do at the time of the equinox? Well, if we haven't got very much free time, then we can just literally set our intent to try and bring balance and harmony into our lives. So that's the simplest way we can use the equinox in our favour. Because another aspect of the Egyptian alchemy healing that I work with is to try and align ourselves with nature and allow the energies that are going on around us to work with us rather than against us. And so this is why I try and encourage people to get out walking into nature and noticing what the weather's like, taking account of sun and rain and how that can help us in our daily lives. And also the moon cycle, which has a big impact on us too energetically. So if at the very least we can do for today is to take account of the fact that it is the day when night and day are balanced, and therefore we should try and balance our own inner light and inner darkness. But if it's something that you'd like to do more, if you've actually got time to do a little bit of meditating, say, on this occasion, then this is something else that we can do today, because it is a great day for meditating. Obviously, if you're driving watching this, which I don't suppose anybody will be, but you never know, if you happen to have hands-free phone, then it is possible that you might have seen the live was coming on and answered it, but I expect it's very unlikely. But obviously I do need to just say, do not do this meditation whilst you're driving. So don't want to be responsible for any accidents happening out there. So if we just assume then that you're in a safe place to do a little bit of meditating, that'd be lovely. And this particular meditation takes into account two deities, or we might like to call them angels, angel beings. And the two that we're going to work with today are this angel here, Fuel, who is the angel of water, and this angel here, Barakiel, who is the angel of two different zodiac points, but obviously the one that we're working with today is the Pisces, because that's the relevant one for this time of the year. And Pisces is a water sign, and hence that's why we're going to work with the symbol of nature, Neptune as well, which is Fuel. Fuel is the Essene Angel for water. If you are in a position to sit in the bath or something like that when you're playing this recording later, then that would be lovely. Or if you wanted to read it and get an idea of it and then go swimming, it'd be a lovely way to do it. But most people are not in a position to do that. So in this instance, we're going to imagine the water is around us. So first of all, then, let's just say that you need to find somewhere peaceful and comfortable where you won't be disturbed, hopefully. And like any meditation, you can sit, stand or lie down as you prefer. And the first thing we always suggest when somebody does a meditation is you call upon your own angelic guardians and guides to be with you and to help you to get the best experience possible for your highest good out of this meditation. And I also ask F, who is the angelic being for time and space, to be with us. And in fact, if you like Egypt like I do, you can also call in Tahuti, who's the Egyptian deity for time and space. And F and Tahuti between them can help us to bend time to actually enable this meditation to take place at the perfect physical time for us. It might sound a little bit confusing, but for anyone who's on any kind of spiritual long journey in terms of their interests and so on, might be aware that time is not a linear experience as we see it in this community here in the West. It's actually a continuum. So we can adjust time to suit us. And from that point of view, if we're doing this meditation at 4:30 in the afternoon, which is about what it is now, 4:20 or something like that, but it would have been better for us to have done it at 10 o'clock this morning or at midnight tonight, then we can just ask Eth and Tahuti between them to adjust the energy to be perfect for us, as if we'd done it at the best time possible. Okay, so once you've called those two angels in, and how you do that is you say their names. So we say F, F, F. We call upon you to be with us now in love and light, in love and light, in love and light, to give us the best possible time and space experience for this meditation. And Tahuti, 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 we call upon you to be with us now, also to adjust time and space for the best experience for us. Thank you. So once you've done that, find yourself a comfortable place, and if you can just imagine diamond white light coming down through your crown, down through your central meridian, and out of your base chakra, through all the chakras if you know your chakras, but you don't have to dwell on any particular one. We just want this shaft of light to come down through the crown, through the top of your head, down through your centre core, so down through to your throat and then down your spine if you prefer, down your legs and into the earth. And the reason we're doing that is we just want to make sure that you are fully grounded, safely where you are, whether it's inside or outside in a peaceful place of nature. Doesn't matter. You'll be carefully earthed. And once you are earthed and ready to start, you might want to close your eyes, but it doesn't matter if you don't, that's fine too. But because this is a meditation that works really well with the water element, and remember this was the angel that I was showing you. These cards here, by the way, this card, and in fact the other brachial card, they're out of the Harmony cards, Harmony Angel cards, written by my sister, Angela McGurr, published by Quadrille. They're out of print now, but a lot of people have them already. I think they've sold over about 300,000 copies worldwide. In fact, maybe even more like 500,000. So big seller. We still have a few copies available through Harmony Healing, but they're not at their retail price anymore because they're collectible now. But anyway, this is the one for the Angel of Water, Fuel. And so you can imagine that picture if you want. But because it's the Angel of Water, that's why I said if you were in a position to rerun this meditation later, when you're out swimming or in the bath or even in a shower, then that could work well. But otherwise, we can just do the whole thing in our imagination, and that's what we're going to work on for today. So having got this light to come through your crown and down into the earth to ground you, so you can imagine roots going down into the earth to really hold you safe and steady where you are. Then next we want to just sit quietly and focus your attention within, thinking about your desire to calm yourself from any emotions. So just imagine calm washing over us. And in fact, we can call in the two angels I've mentioned, which is Fuel, 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 angel of water, and angel guardian of Neptune, in fact, as well. And Barakiel, Barakiel, Barakiel is the angel guardian of two of the zodiacs, of which one, the relevant one today, is Pisces. And we ask those angels to be with us today, together with any guardians and guides and Eth and Tahuti, in love and light, in love and light, in love and light. Now, if you do have anywhere in your house some aquamarine, and I've got a little piece of aquamarine here which belongs to my sister, it's an aquamarine ring, but if you've got any aquamarine, it could be raw aquamarine, doesn't have to be made into a ring like that, so it could be in any state, but that's a lovely gem to use with this meditation. And in fact, aquamarine is one of Fuel's crystals as well, so if you were to have any of those available, that would be great. But otherwise, I'm a great fan of imagining that you have this etheric version of the mineral with you. So you can have an etheric aquamarine in your hand if you don't have a real one. You can hold it in your left hand, and during the course of this meditation, it will end up becoming programmed. And in fact, I haven't got it in my left hand, so I'm just going to move this aquamarine to my left hand while I'm speaking. Okay. Next, start taking deep breaths of blue-green energy. Breathe them right down through your body. Blue-green energies being breathed right down through your body. In addition to the cards being by my sister Angela McGurr, this particular meditation is one of Angela McGurr's meditations as well. Thank you, Angela. And when you've started to feel the relaxation coming through you from this blue-green energy that you're breathing right down through your body, next imagine that you're walking in a beautiful place of nature, wherever you want it to be. When I'm imagining this, I like to imagine that I'm barefooted and that I can feel the texture of the grass or the twigs or moss or whatever under my feet. But if you prefer to wear shoes, that's fine. Just go with what feels right for you. And presently you come to a pool of crystal clear water, reflecting a beautiful blue sky. And know that with the power of water energy, your spirit can go down into this water to be healed and washed clean of emotional turbulence. And as you want to imagine stepping into the water, you might like to feel yourself floating in it, or you might like to feel yourself submerging in the water. Either will be fine. Or you might even decide to let yourself merge with the water briefly, so that you become the water itself. You become the medium that nourishes fish and other water creatures. And this water is very still. It's silken in nature. Beautiful texture, soft texture, and it's very, very peaceful. And you can see the sun shining through into its depths, lighting the bottom of the water. In my water I can see grains of sand, but you might see something different, that's fine. And sometimes in some of these imaginings that some of you are having, you might see the sun lighting little impurities within the water, and that's fine too. Let go of all your cares as they're washed away by the healing power of water. The water might feel cold or warm, or just very, very nurturing. For some of us, it's like going back into the womb, the nurturing aspect of the fluid that we would have felt in there. And when you feel fully relaxed, you can come out of the water. And ask Fuel to seal in your emotional healing, to seal your real or imaginary crystal with silver and aquamarine rays. And of course remember to thank Fuel and Brachiel for their assistance. You may need to just move your hands and feet to welcome yourself back to this time and space. And I hope you will take some of that calming influence back with you into your day. I just saw a little bird fly by through the glass. Would anybody like to make any comments about how they feel today? Those of you who've been watching. Perhaps some of you are still miles away, which is fine too. Just take your time to come back when you're ready. Thank you, Kathy. I'm glad it helped to make you feel peaceful. And that's the idea of it today, is just to try and, as we said, draw this balance between light and dark. And you could extend it, I'm sure, if you wanted to have a bath. You might want to imagine being in the water for a lot longer than we've spent today. It's a very quick version of that mini meditation. But water is very, very cooling and calming, and it really does help us to rinse away our emotions. So, thank you very much for joining me today, and I wish you a very happy rest of the equinox, 20th of March 2018. And I know that for us here in the Northern Hemisphere, where it's the spring equinox, it's the start of spring really, the start of summer. So the days are going to start to get longer for us, and of course that brings with it a lot of happiness and joy for many of us. But for those of us who are in, or those who are watching later who might be in the Southern Hemisphere who've got the winter nights coming, that brings its pleasures as well. Every part of the year has its own beauty to it, doesn't it? Anyway, it's such a lovely day here in Surrey that I'm going to go out for a little walk with my sister's dog now, I think. So we'll be off to do that. But just to recap again there, the angels that we worked with today was Fuel, the Essene Angel of Water, and Brachiel, who is the angel of Scorpio and the angel of Pisces, but today we were working with the Pisces aspect, and that's from the Harmony Angel cards by Angela McGurr. And that little meditation was one that had been put together by Angela McGurr as well, who's my sister. Next time I do a meditation, I think I would do an Egyptian one with Pelusia. I might even do one later tonight, so we'll see how the time goes. But as I said, the equinox isn't always on the 20th of March, so it isn't always appropriate to be doing the Pelusia link. But again, Joanna Bristow-Watkins, Harmony Healing. Thank you. Bye.